It's heavy duty to try to do everything and please everybody. My job was to go out there and play the game of basketball as best I can. People may not agree with that. I can't live with what everyone's impression of what I should or what I shouldn't do, said Michael Jordan. The statement may make you all a bit against Jordan, and the rumors or facts we have often heard about him are somewhat enough to make people hate him, but at the end of the view, you might consider changing your point of view. Hey amigos, we're back again, and this time it's something really interesting about the evergreen Michael Jordan. In addition to being one of the most talented and popular athletes of all time, Michael Jordan also has some of the best inspiring quotes to boot. But surprisingly, basketball wasn't even his first choice when it came to sports. When he did eventually turn to the court, he made a big impact. He's widely considered to be the greatest basketball player of all time, and he's got the awards, records, and rings to show for it. And when his endorsement deals get tacked on, he's worth a pretty good chunk of change. This list of facts isn't as long as Jordan is tall, but it's a good start. But along with the height of good vibes, negativity about Jordan is spread through too, which makes fans and followers hate him. Further in this video, you will come to know some amazing facts that will urge you to rethink about the hatred for Jordan. So, let's begin. But before we proceed further, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, do hit the subscribe button so that you won't be missing out on any future content. Number 11. Can't say he isn't loyal or patriotic. At the Olympics in 1992, Jordan defied his team's sponsorship with Reebok by using the American flag to cover up their logo. You see, he was Nike's ambassador. He couldn't wear something with the competition's brand. He had the flag with him always, saying that the American flag cannot deface anything. He used it to completely cover Reebok's logo on the right shoulder of his uniform. Number 10. No shortage of celebrities here. Over a 13-year period, starting in 2001, Jordan hosted a charity golf tournament, aptly named the Michael Jordan Celebrity Invitational. With stars like Wayne Gretzky, Michael Phelps, Samuel L. Jackson, and Mark Wahlberg entering, funds were raised for a number of charities. Cats Care, Make-A-Wish, Opportunity Village, and Keep Memory Alive were among the foundations that benefited from this tournament. Number 9. Donated his first-year Wizards salary to 9/11 relief efforts. Many NBA fans would like to ignore the fact that Jordan came out of retirement for a second time and joined the Washington Wizards. Stepping away after the 1998 finals would have been the perfect end, but his comeback did bring a lot of positives to basketball, America, and the entire world. He announced his return shortly after the September 11th attacks, and he'd also announced that his first year's salary would be donated entirely to relief efforts. This included $900,000 to different organizations involved with the relief efforts, and $100,000 to the children who lost their parents. Although it was an injury-plagued season for MJ, his return did provide some much-needed positivity to the world of sport, and he proved he was still a top player by leading the Wizards with averaging 22.9 points, 5.2 assists, and 1.4 steals per game. Number 8. Won a league-best 10 scoring titles. It's no secret that Michael Jordan knows how to score the ball. He could blow by defenders for a dunk or layup in traffic. He could drain shots from beyond the arc, pull up for a mid-range jump shot, and he also had perhaps the best post-up game for a guard that the game has ever seen. This meant that defenders had to pick their poison, as most games he was going to get his share of points. In his 15 seasons, Jordan won an incredible 10 scoring titles, which is a league best. He also managed 7 of these consecutively from 1986 to 1993, with Wilt Chamberlain the only player to manage this. Additionally, each year that the Bulls won the title, Jordan was also scoring champion that year. His highest scoring yet was the 1986-87 season, when he averaged a jaw-dropping 37.1 points per game. Number 7. Taking them to court. MJ has won quite a number of lawsuits against companies that had used his likeness and name without getting his permission first. He's never kept any of the millions of dollars he's won, though. No, he's donated every last bit of it to 23 different children's charities. The 23 charities I've chosen to make donations to all support the health, education, and well-being of the kids of Chicago. He said, "Chicago has given me so much, and I want to give back to its kids, the city's future." Number 6. Slam Dunk the Funk. He has had a number of nicknames, including MJ, Air Jordan, and his airiness. Over his career, he was known for his dunking and leaping abilities. Case in point, during a 1988 game against the Utah Jazz, the 6'6" Jordan managed to dunk over his 6'1" opponent, John Stockton. Someone in the crowd ragged on him, telling him to try it with somebody your own size. Jordan accepted the challenge, dunking over 6'11" Melvin Turpin. Number 5. The Grand Jumpman. Do you know Jordan's iconic Jumpman logo? We hate to burst your bubble, but the depiction isn't really of him performing a dunk. He's actually doing a ballet move. The Grand Jeté is nowhere close to how MJ actually performed the slam dunk, but does a pretty good job of making it look like he's leaping for the basket. We found it cute and funny, don't you? Number 4. When tragedy strikes. James Jordan was killed on July 23, 1993, on the side of Interstate 95 while returning home from a funeral. He had been robbed, shot in the chest, and thrown in a swamp. Just months later, Jordan announced he was retiring from basketball, saying that he no longer had the desire to play. He had just won his 3rd successive NBA championship, but his father's murder had struck a hard chord. Number 3. Guess who's back? Back again. And again. Jordan's retirement from basketball only lasted 1 season. In that time, he tried out for the Chicago White Sox, landing himself a position on their AA team, the Birmingham Barons. Sure, he played well, but he missed basketball, so he went back 4 years later. He retired again, vowing he wouldn't return. Yeah, that didn't happen. 2 years after that, he signed with the Washington Wizards, though his magic must have run out. His game wasn't the same, and he suffered many injuries. He officially, for real this time, retired after 2 seasons with the Wizards. So we guess his love and passion for the game were true. Number 2. #winning. Jordan has so many accolades to his name, it's a little hard to keep up. He won 6 NBA championship titles with the Bulls. He earned himself the NBA's Most Valuable Player award on 5 different occasions, and even scored the All-Star Game Most Valuable Player 3 times. He also has 2 different Olympic gold medals from the 1984 and 1992 games in Los Angeles and Barcelona, respectively. Number 1. Has 5 children from 2 marriages. Unlike many professional athletes, Michael Jordan has always lived a somewhat private life, as best he can. In 1989, he married Juanita Vanoy and they had 3 children together, Jeffrey Michael, Marcus James, and Jasmine. They would divorce in 2006, and at the time it was the largest celebrity divorce on record, with Vanoy receiving $168 million. In 2011, MJ proposed to his longtime girlfriend, Cuban model Yvette Prieto, and the pair married in 2013. A year later, Prieto gave birth to identical twins, Victoria and Isabel. Whilst Jordan has done his best to keep his private life just that, there has inevitably been a lot of attention surrounding his sons and whether they would follow in their father's footsteps. Marcus played for the UCF Knights but would leave the team, while Jeffrey played at Illinois before switching to join his brother. A respected private life of a gentleman, we might say. Michael Jordan has inspired millions of people to play basketball, and this includes all of this generation's best stars. In the discussion of the greatest of all time, he is the first name thrown into the ring, and he is always the one that latest greats are compared to. Those who were fortunate enough to follow him during his career will have vivid memories and remember his phenomenal ability, as well as his fierce competitiveness. Away from the hardwood, Jordan is a businessman and brand, and there are dozens of strings to his bow, which make him a fascinating individual. So the facts do not state that although he might have done some horrible things, but also some acts do shape his profile perfectly for one to idealize him. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video, thumbs up if you liked it, and do hit that subscribe button so that you won't be missing out on any interesting videos from now on.